Welcome to Part of the Penetration. I am Jay.
And I'm T.
And welcome back. Hopefully they ain't caught you slipping a while ago.
No, I'm good. Fraudsters didn't get me.
This week, we will be talking about a social media influencer plotted to take an internet domain at gunpoint. The Weather Channel was down for 90 minutes due to a ransomware infection, and Utah and Washington's data privacy laws.
Oh, wow. Well, this week I'll be talking about how to stay safe from fraudsters in the event of a tragedy such as the Notre Dame tragedy. A Easter attack actually left 500 million Apple iOS users exposed with a Chrome bug, and PayPal thinks that they found a way to combat ransomware with early detection.
I know they lying.
We'll see.
Anyways, social media influencer plotted to take an internet domain at gunpoint. I ain't know domains was ever that serious.
Oh, they're about that life.
All right. Well, the dude's last name is Adams, so we gonna call him Adams.
Okay.
Adams could face 2 decades in prison. A jury found him guilty for hiring an intruder to break into a Cedar Rapids resident home back in 2017. So Adams is 26. He founded a social media company called State Snaps. So basically he got over 1 million followers on Snapchat, Instagram, and Twitter at one time. They really just use it for, drunkenness, nudity, adult content, stuff like that. And they were like, do it for state. But Adams realized, he really about to blow up. So he wanted to buy the domain doitforstate.com, but discovered that a Cedar Rapids resident owned that domain, and he wasn't letting that go.
Of course not.
So he basically, between 2015 2017, he bugged Buddy, even sent him a gun emoji.
Oh, so Twitter fingers. He's
got reckless.
Keyboard.
Gun emoji. Because they were promoting a concert using the domain. So eventually, Adams, hit up his cousin, and the cousin went to break into the domain owner's home with a gun and I want to say a sticky note with demands and instructions on how to transfer that domain.
So the whole Adams family about that life.
Nope, because the victim actually caught Adam's cousin slipping, and he actually used that gun to shoot Buddy, and his cousin ended up getting 20 years in prison off of that.
As he should. Like you getting ready to risk your life, lose your freedom, just because your cousin wants a domain name. Like, come on, he could have thought of a better one.
How you take me seriously? Like, hey, bruh, I need you to do me this favor. Like, I need this domain. Go over there, hold him up at gunpoint, and give him the instructions on how to transfer it to me.
On a sticky note. Like,
if you got over 1 million followers, I'm sure money talk, man. If you had the right amount of money, I'm sure he would have departed with a domain.
Could have parted with the domain, or even he could have did a contest. Something could come up with a creative domain name. I don't know. But
yeah, what you should do is like domain hijacking type stuff. You just put an extra E or change up a letter in it. Similar. It's never that serious.
It's never. What is serious is fraudsters taking advantage of people's emotions during tragic times. So as we know, the Notre Dame fire that happened, a lot of people are rushing to support. Over 600 million. About $600 million was raised for
600 million.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah,
that quick?
That quick, like in a couple of days. But we still have Flint and other churches. Yeah, but we're not gonna get on that.
Churches in Louisiana just caught a fire. There was like 3 of them.
Yeah, we're not gonna get top of that. But you want to be careful if these stories are pulling on your heartstrings. You want to donate. People have been coming up with new phishing campaigns. They have used Twitter for Twitter bots to spread the links to these fake donation sites. They are posing as legitimate companies, charitable companies, and they are also including vague victim stories in this description to try and lure people so they can get them out their money. So you just want to be vigilant. You want to research whoever you're giving your funds to, make sure that it is a legitimate company. You want to, if you see something that's out the loop, you do want to report to crowdfunding sites so they can go ahead and shut it down.
But what looks like out the loop?
like something that's written very quickly. Like, hey,
I'm in so much distress, man. There's just a lot of grammatical errors and, just all sentences in this post.
But usually they'll make it and be like, oh, I really wanted to support the Notre Dame fire, and then that's it. And then it's like...
At the time, I wanted to support, but then the bills hit, and I was just like...
Yeah, it's not as elaborate. They just try and get these up as quick as possible. They don't care about the actual story. They just want the link and someone to click it. They were actually checking hashtags for I think it was like Notre Dame Cathedral fire is the hashtags that they were checking to try and see how they could fish people more.
That's trifling.
Yeah.
And there's a tragic situation to even try to make a come up off of.
Yeah.
That same energy, you could got you some money. Or there's some ransomware.
Oh.
The Weather Channel was down for 90 minutes due to ransomware last week. So the Weather Channel Atlanta headquarters. Yes.
I haven't learned yet.
I guess they assume like, they're going for the government. They're not coming for us. So we ain't got to worry about it. Psych. They were hit by ransomware on April 18th, and the station's live TV broadcast was interrupted for 90 minutes as a result. So the incident happened at like 6 a.m. during their live show stream, and it went down. So they started to air like reruns of old shows, and their IT staff restored impacted computers and backups, but the entire process took 90 minutes before the TV station was able to come back on air. They so actually people do watch the Weather Channel at 6 a.m. in the morning, and they felt some type of way that they were seeing reruns instead of their live stream show.
So Betty Sue was tweeting.
She was mad. She was like, "I'm gonna need my weather." But the Weather Channel did make a statement. All they said was, we suffered a malicious software attack, and the FBI is investigating. But yeah, their backup is impeccable. They came back like nothing happened. Like they never left.
That's what happens when you're prepared.
Amen. Yeah. Well, I hope other companies in Atlanta take some sort of
like the government of Atlanta. Yeah. City of Atlanta really needs to take note on that. But I know I give some companies a hard time on here, apparently, just reporting the facts. I always get told, I'm too hard on Android. Well, this time we'll be talking about Apple. There's a bug in Apple iOS Chrome browser that is allowing a company called a organization called eGobbler Gang to actually do a session hijacking. So if you've ever been on your phone and you've been going through Chrome or Safari and you see these random pop-up for this advertisement for you to click here, you won this Apple iTunes gift card or whatever it is, that's basically what they're doing. So the bug in Chrome is that normal Chrome browsers block pop-ups natively. Well, in the sandboxing for iOS version of Chrome, they don't block pop-ups. So they're using that now to hijack sessions and unload their payload. So it has mainly been targeting US users and some EU people as well. They target people around the holiday weekend just because they know that's when most people will be on their phone. So we're waiting for Chrome to fix this now. So
DuckDuckGo would never do that to me, so I ain't got no worries. It's a privacy browser. Value privacy people. Yeah, and I guess between like the Notre Dame people and these people that's trifling. They just be waiting for the most vulnerable time.
Yeah. Oh, and also they think it could be vulnerable in Safari as well. So holidays and tragedies.
Not gonna lie, I do use Safari though. All right. Well, some good news. Utah bans police from searching digital data without a warrant. Closes Fourth Amendment loophole. So Utah became the first state in the nation to ban warrantless searches of electronic data. Under the Electronic Information or Data Privacy Act, state law enforcement can only access someone's transmitted stored data, meaning, images, audio. There has to be a court issue warrant.
Good.
The act ensures that that search engines, email providers, social media, cloud storage, and any other third-party electronic communication services or remote computer services are fully protected under the Fourth Amendment. it's really to prevent law enforcement from gaining information, data information illegally.
Right.
So what they would normally do is go through third parties in order to gain information. And 49 states have a third party doctrine. And that allowed the government to access, a lot of private data without a search warrant by simply working through third parties. So this closes that loophole where they need to, they must notify owners within 14 days that their data has been searched. So shout out to Utah. I hope other states learn a lesson or something.
Right. Yeah. I'm glad, because I think California was taken from some things, and obviously we need a whole global U.S. standard. But yeah, I'm repping my bull pride today. I don't know what it is.
U.S.
Yes, the U.S. Standard. But it's good to see states taking the initiative before the country does.
We'll see where it goes.
Well, PayPal thinks that it can stop ransomware with an early detection. I know that look on your face.
I know they lie.
But we'll see. They have tried to issue for a patent for this technology. They want to stop the encryption process. They want to be able to detect the encryption process so they can stop it, as well as they want to, if it's going on, be able to save a copy of the data that's trying to be encrypted, send it off to a actual cloud server so it can be backed up, and then send it back once it's restored. So they are trying to catch local files while they are being loaded inside of the computer's memory cache, so that way they can see what's trying to be executed. It's actually the first type of technology in its kind, because other things have been, other technology has just been looking for files that's just been in use rapidly, but they want to catch it beforehand. They are hoping that that they can detect this pattern and create a whitelist of applications. And from that whitelist of applications that's normally using this, accessing the memory cache, from there, they'll have that baseline. If anything else appears that's not on this whitelist, it'll automatically block it.
So when they gonna come up with a way for people to stop sending fake PayPal links?
I don't know. It's gonna take a while for them to figure that out.
But they can do this.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. That's PayPal for you. But they're trying to take the proactive approach here.
Until they get people to stop scamming with that, I'm gonna need them to work on that. Even though this is it works well for their organization.
But I think it's the technology in general, so I think they're just trying to patent it. We'll see if it'll be used anywhere else. Microsoft might pick it up.
They're trying to patent that, but scammers still using that link. All right, that's fine. So we did talk about Washington's data privacy law.
Okay.
So yeah, efforts to enact that new data privacy regulation in Washington state failed this week as legislators and tech titans such as Amazon and Microsoft failed to reach a compromise before the deadline. So the bill would have given Washingtonians rights to access and correct the data that companies collected on them. It would also have imposed, new regulations on those companies that are creating facial recognition software and law enforcement agency seeking to use that information. Microsoft and Amazon could have been subject to that state law also. But critics were just not having it. Like the ACLU, they opposed the bill, claiming that, there was too many loopholes, man. And then they brought up one... I'll give them this. They were like, they also took the issues the tech industry involvement is crafting the regulations.
So they're saying that the tech industry shouldn't be the ones crafting this because they're going to have their own loopholes to try and get
they were trying to finesse it, man. They were some way somehow they were going to finesse it in their favor, and ACLU was like, nah, we can't have this. Like, it's canceled. Okay. So Utah won this week, but Washington took an L, which is devastating, but I can understand with what critics, how they feel. It's not so much about consumers, it's really about these big tech companies. So, they might come around in another year with a solution, but for now it's a nah-bro.
They just got to regroup and come back.
They got to really intentionally care about people's privacy.
No, they don't at all. They just care about not getting their fines.
I wish the U.S. would just do like an omnibus data privacy law. That's an option. So states wouldn't.
We're just going to be waiting on that one.
All right. Since we ain't got that much time, let's go ahead and
and church announcements.
No church announcements. Still blessed.
Yep. Highly favored. Highly favored.
You flavored and favorite? Okay, ladies. He's still single too. But I'm Jay.
And I'm T.
And this has been Part of the Penetration.